Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to everyone. So first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Karinor binti Muhammad Ran. My number ID is AM21070096993. I am from College University Polytechnic Semarang, Kuala Lumpur. So today I would like to debate on the topic of a woman who has been arrested for a case of child abuse in kindergarten. This is an article I took to be the topic of my discussion. This article was released on April 2, 2022 by a journalist from New Straits Times. Among the information I got from the article is that this incident happened in the state of Johor, namely Muar district. It is believed that this abuse has started since November last year in 2021. The accused is a woman in her late 50s and she was remanded for 6 days from April 2, 2022 to April 7, 2022 for police investigation. However, according to the head of the Johor State Criminal Investigation Department, it happened in a private kindergarten. It also said the teacher acted rudely by abusing 4 boys aged 3 to 5 years old. On March 31, a preliminary police investigation head said one of the victim's mother had reserved video footage related to her son's abuse. All the victims were also sent to the Sultanah Fatimah Muar Specialist Hospital for a medical examination. The case is being investigated under Section 31(1)(a) of the Children Acta 2001. If convicted of an offence punishable by a fine not exceeding Rm20,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 10 years or both. From this case of abuse, among the factors of child abuse in kindergarten occur that I can say stem from the attitude that is in a person whether he or she is a hot-tempered person or not. Therefore, as an employer, we have an authority to conduct an observation period on employers. That is, the employer can conduct an observation period of employers for 3 to 6 months before confirmation of employment in the respective kindergarten or nursery. This is to ensure that employers are able to carry out the trust given or not before obtaining the title of permanent employer in kindergarten or nursery. The second factor is the stress faced by the teacher, him or herself, whether the pressure arises from the workplace or at home so that the teacher vents his or her anger on the children in kindergarten or nursery. As an employer or co-worker, it is necessary to always care about each other to ensure that their mental and physical condition is always good condition. It's work as well. We need to create a harmonious atmosphere that is an atmosphere that is pleasant and not troublesome, since we as employers or colleagues do not know the problem or stress faced by them while at home. The atmosphere in the workplace is very important to determine person emotion in a good state or not. For the third factor is no knowledge in the field of early childhood. Therefore, as an employer, it is necessary to ensure that their employees have an education in the field of early childhood, as it will help the teacher or caregiver to manage the child. Since this involves a person's life, employers should not be too concerned about employees who only has experience in the job, so that they have to ignore the knowledge and education that an educator or caregiver need to have. Too many unemployed out there with fresh graduate status in the early childhood field are always waiting for job opportunities like the because this is the field job they are studying. So employers can prioritize them first, as they already have a wide range of knowledge that has been imparted by their lecturer in the early management of these children. Authorities such as JKM also need to ensure that the employer of each kindergarten or nursery hires employers who are qualified in the field of early childhood, at least have a diploma certificate in early childhood education. The next factor is lack of love and attention can also be factor of child abuse. In this case, perhaps the accused is a single mother who does not get love from her child. Therefore, it can be used as a reason for the accused to abuse the child. This is because when one get less love or attention, the self will automatically disappear and not know how to love and give the best attention to others. Because of this, we need to always be careful and self-reflective so that Allah always make us feel like we are loved and appreciated by other even if it's not from the people we expect. The last factor I can think of here is the lack of religious education. For the lack of religious education, has an employer who always want the best for their kindergarten or nursery. They need to play their role, which is they can hire someone skilled in religion to hold religious class for their employers, which is teacher of caregiving who will teaching and carry for children in their kindergarten or nursery. This religious class can be held once a week on Friday. At the same time, it can also be used as a recitation class to ensure that the teacher or caregiver is proficient in reading the Al-Quran. As a teacher or caregiver, it is also necessary to always seek knowledge in various fields. This is to ensure that we will be an educator who is constantly improving self for our own future and the future of the children we will teach later. In case like this, there is definitely still another way for us to get rid of this chain of abuse. This is because we still have those in power to prevent cases like this from happening. So among the way we can do to overcome this problem is for the authorities to always hold motivational campaigns or class together with teacher or caregiver who want to work in kindergarten or nurseries. This is to ensure they always remember to carry out their responsibilities properly and with trust. The next way is the authorities need to make sure that the employer who want to open this kindergarten or nursery should have education in the field of early childhood so that they know the criteria of teacher or caregiver that they need to look for. In addition, the authorities also need to establish conditions before employers give confirmation of employment to their employers. They must conduct a process of employer observation for 3 to 6 months. If this teacher and caregiver go through this process, the employer can accept and give confirmation to them to continue working in their kindergarten or nursery. The authorities should also ensure that every application of teacher and caregiver in this kindergarten or nursery has approval in the field of early childhood. This is to ensure that they know how to manage children properly through the knowledge that their lecturer have impacted as they learn. In addition, the authorities also need to ensure that teacher and caregiver who commit offences involving children and may affect the child condition should be given immediate action so that this does not happen further. Authorities may provide special counseling sessions for such teacher and caregiver. The end is the authorities can constantly remind the public of the punishment that will be reserved if they are convicted of child abuse offences. This is because this has been written in the Children Act 2001. If convicted, the punishment can be imposed, can be fined not more than Rm20k or imprisonment not more than 10 years or above. So in my opinion on the above abuse case is that this abuse case should not happen anywhere. This is because these children are a trust given by Allah to us as a teacher or caregiver to care for, as well as educated them to be a useful human being and devoted to the country. Therefore, we as human beings who have a responsibility must carry out that responsibility well. The authorities must also always be concerned about such case. For me, they can also tainted the punishment that will be reserved by people who abuse these children. This is because people who abuse children today seem to be not afraid of the punishment that has been determined in the prison. Not only that, the authorities should also conduct campaigns such as Love Our Children because they are a shared responsibility, or Stay Away from Child Abuse campaign so that teacher, caregiver, and even the community always remember to stay away from abusing children. Such campaign can be disseminated on various platforms such as the internet and television. That's all from me today about child abuse case. I hope that the people concerned do not take too lightly on cases like this, especially as this case have involving the life of a human being. If there is a well in the field, can we take a shower? If there is a long life, can we meet again? Thank you and Assalamualaikum. Bye bye.